We begin tonight with breaking news out of Spokane Valley. Good evening. I'm Tori Brunetti. Spokane Police and Sheriff's deputies are on the scene of an officer-involved shooting. It happened along the 11,000 block of East Fairview in the Spokane Valley. KXY4's Erik Loney is live on the scene. And Erik, what's the latest out there?
Well, we have Jen DeRue from the Spokane Police officer to give us the latest information. Jen, just kind of start from the beginning. What do we know so far about what happened here?
Well, the short version is that Spokane Valley Police officers responded to a suicidal male in the 11700 block of East Fairview at about 3:45. They were able to establish verbal contact with him. He was inside the residence. That went on for about 20 minutes or so. At some point, he came out of the front door, confronted officers, and it appears as though he had a handgun in his hand. Officers fired. The suspect has been transported to a local hospital for treatment of gunshot wounds.
Do you know his condition at this point?
I don't. It's probably safe to say it's critical.
And do you know what happened as far as or what's happening right now? What's taking place at this point?
Well, right now time is on our side, and because of the critical incident protocol, we're able to bring in city investigators from our major crimes unit. They'll take over the investigation since it was an officer-involved shooting. And right now, you have several streets that are blocked off. We're shutting it down. This perimeter is secure, and basically we'll start the evidence collection.
I don't know if you know this, but at this point, so far in the investigation, do you know if you've been called this house before, if this person had any history?
I don't, just because it's a the sheriff's office, and I'm not familiar with the area.
Okay. And then there's been so much violence directed towards police officers recently. The 5 officers were killed in the Seattle area. As a police officer, this more violence directed at you? Here a man came at you with a gun.
It's always very disheartening. I mean, certainly when we respond to suicidal calls, and we always know that this time of year there's going to be a lot more. It's just a fact of life. But as a police officer, when you respond to this kind of thing, you never want it to end in violence. I mean, that's not our job. Our job is to keep everybody safe, and we want to do that without having to discharge our firearm. But when it comes to my life or yours, or my life and the community's life, we're going to react, and we're going to react to a threat, and that's can be, by discharging our firearm.
And this is often called suicide by police officer.
Yeah, I mean, that is a phenomenon, and certainly I don't know if that's what happened tonight, but, just the community needs to understand the police are here to help you and to save you, and really, we never want it to end like this, but we will, and that's our job, and that's what we're asked to do when we put on that badge.
Okay.